Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning.
Okay, so now that you guys have reviewed TDA, which you guys did awesome on, I've been reading through your assignments. Excellent job with TDA. We're going to review the parts of argumentative essay. I've been reading through a lot of your arguments and you've done such a fabulous job. If you have this paper at home, go ahead and take it out. I also emailed you a link to this, so if you want to just kind of read along with me, you're welcome to. What are the parts of an argument? Hopefully we've got these memorized already, but if you don't, just to review, we have our claim, reasons, data, adjoint, counterclaim, and rebuttal. So we should have those 6 parts. We also want to have an introduction in there and a conclusion. A claim is going to be your stance. Overall, what's your argument? Then you're going to layer that with reasons. What are the reasons why you're stating your claim? Why do you believe what you believe? You can't just have reasons, you also absolutely have to have data to support your reasons. So this is where you're looking for evidence to support what you're claiming. Then you're going to move into your joint and think of what a joint does. It's going to connect or it's going to bridge something. So your joint should actually connect your argument, your claim, and then the opposing argument. So whatever you are not siding with, you're going to be bringing that up too. So another way to kind of bridge something is to say, even though, and then state all of your, review of facts, and then move into what other people might believe about your claim. The counterclaim is going to bring up evidence and reasons against your claim. You want to make sure you present both sides of an issue. And so you don't have to side and align with that issue. You just have to kind of make sure that you're giving both reasons. And then rebuttal is going to be all that data and evidence to talk against what your claim is. You want to make sure that you're being fair and presenting both sides of an argument. Also, you're going to make sure you have an introduction and a conclusion anytime you're working with these elements. So now that we've reviewed what those things are, let's play a little game to see if we can remember what they are. Okay, so I asked Minnie Mel to come join us for our game and to try it with us. If you have this sheet at home, please feel free to use it as we play to remind yourself of what those elements are. We're going to be reading through your own writing. So these are from your argumentative pieces. The first one's going to be from Co. You guys can just think about which part of an argument she's writing about. Here we go. Secondly, traffic accidents can be caused because of marijuana. Traffic accidents and deaths increase when marijuana is legalized. Marijuana-related traffic deaths rose 62% following the legalization of marijuana in Colorado. In addition to this, marijuana has been implicated in a high percentage of automobile crashes and workplace accidents. Between 2007 and 2014, the percentage of drivers in the United States positive for THC, the main psychoactive chemical in cannabis, increased from 8.6% to 12.6%, according to a report by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA. A recent study by the Highway Loss Data Institute also estimated that vehicle collisions are about 3% higher in Colorado, Oregon, and Washington than if these states hadn't legalized marijuana. All right, let's go to Minnie Mel. What do you think this is?
Is it data?
No.
It is data, but it's one other element is included in this.
Reasons?
Yep, so this is a combination of reasons and data. You can see a lot of times a good way to spot data is just when you see numbers and percentages. So this includes both. Way to go, Minnie Mel. Let's move on to our second one. I'm going to go ahead and forward on. Okay, this is from Todd. Todd, way to go. For many years, people have been asking the question, when did the world begin? And where did people come from? The two most commonly believed theories about the origins of the universe are called evolution and creationism. The theory of evolution is based on the ideas of a man named Charles Darwin. The theory of creationism is based on the Bible, an ancient book documenting the beginning of the earth and the life of Jesus Christ. One of the main arguments brought up by this disagreement is, which theory, if any, should be taught in public schools? The answer to this question is very simple. It is not wrong to teach any theory to children. The problem arises when schools start teaching a certain theory as a fact. All right, Minnie Mel, what do you think this is?
Is it a claim?
It is absolutely a claim. You can see Todd's claim in here. He does a great job of introducing the claim. And yep, this is a perfect way to see claim. Way to go, Todd. Let's move on to our next one. This is from Bo. Way to go, Bo. He was talking about gun laws. So he says, more restrictive gun laws would help by reducing gun deaths. Instead of being used for self-defense, guns are commonly used in other unpleasant ways. Of the 29,618,300 violent crimes committed in the United States from 2007 to 2011, 0.79% of victims protected themselves in the case of a threat or use of a firearm. Only 0.12% of victims protected themselves in the case of property crimes such as burglary. These statistics show that guns are much more frequently used for crimes and not self-defense. Not just anyone should be trusted with a gun. All right, Minnie Mel, what do you think?
Is it a joint?
It is not a joint. I'll press my no button.
No.
Sorry, it's not a joint. This is actually his reasons to support his claim, and it's also data. Again, a good way to spot data is when you see these numbers here. You see some percentages, and he also uses the term statistics, which is going to tell me that this is evidence-based. Okay, so the next example comes from Davion. Davion, I used 3 parts of your writing. So you're going to see kind of a series of elements here. So let's start with this. People who overuse screen time lose about 30 minutes of sleep every night. Losing sleep is never a good thing. Loss of sleep could cause people to be more agitated and angry, which means that screen time can affect relationships. It can also cause people to lose focus on what's important. Losing sleep due to screen time does not have any good benefits other than entertainment. What do you think, Minnie Mel?
Is it reasons?
It is. It's reasons. We don't have much data within here. He does bring up 30 minutes of sleep every night, but other than that, he's started with his reasoning to support his claim. Let's move on. Even though a lot of screens can harm the brain, vision, and sleep patterns, many people still use screen time without specific boundaries. What do you think, Minnie Mel?
Counterclaim?
This is your joint. Every time you see a phrase like even though, or considering all this information, people still, those are going to be big signals that this is a joint. Usually your joint is going to be pretty small as well. All right, let's move on. Screen time can help people in many ways, such as schoolwork, spelling words, math problems, and many more subject areas. There are also some video games that can help children with their learning skills. People also use smartphones and computers to do their homework and other things like research for something they are studying. What do you think, Minnie Mel?
This is the counterclaim.
This is the counterclaim. He hasn't used any data. Data would be the rebuttal, but this is absolutely the counterclaim. Really good. All right, just a couple more. This comes from Rachel. She's talking about littering. In conclusion, littering is very harmful. People's garbage and litter kills innocent animals that might just be trying to get food, like the sea turtle. Littering spreads diseases. Some diseases are very serious and difficult to treat. Garbage has caused floating islands of trash in the ocean. Some of these islands are bigger than whole countries. Throwing garbage out of a car window, dropping trash in the park, and even the wind blowing over a trash can are types of littering that will harm the environment. Citizens need to stay informed and do their part to reduce the amount of litter on our planet. Now, I'm gonna cut in to say none of what this is on your sheet. There are two elements that are not written on your sheet. What do you think this is, Minnie Mel?
Like the conclusion.
It is, it's the conclusion. So that's not on your sheet, but yeah, everything needs to get wrapped up and to have a conclusion. I've used this example before. If I go out to dinner with, pardon me, a friend, and then at the end of our meal, we're done eating, I just get up and walk away. I don't say goodbye. I don't say, hey, let's do this again. It was so good to see you. I haven't concluded. That's weird. The person I'm eating dinner with is going to be like, what is she doing? It's so awkward. It's the same thing with our writing. If we don't wrap it all up with a conclusion, it's going to be weird, it's going to be awkward, and we're going to leave our reader thinking like, are they coming back? What's going on here? All right, we'll do one more. Here's our last one. Accepting differences can be a difficult life practice and skill. Everyone should accept differences between cultures, religions, and people because when people accept differences, people are kinder to one another. Also, no two people are the same or have the same beliefs. Accepting differences will make people happier, less insecure, and healthier. Everyone should accept differences between cultures, religions, and other people. So again, this one is not on your sheet. What do you think it is?
Introduction.
It is. It's an introduction, and that's from Heidi. I'm going to give us one more, actually. Even though a large population of living things is destroyed by deforestation, many people still don't see deforestation as a problem. In fact, sometimes people see it as a positive when trees are cut down for various reasons. What do you think, Minnie Mel? Last one.
Counterclaim.
This is your joint. Again, every time you see that phrase, even though, it's going to be a signal, hey, this is the joint. So I hope that was good review for you guys. We'll have some extra practice online if you need it, but way to go. I hope you had fun playing.